Oh, all right. Whew. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Now, this one, well, first of all, I want to point out the fact I know I'm wearing the same shirt that I was wearing the last time whenever I was doing my workout vlog and all that stuff. But I washed it. It's clean, okay? Just so I can throw that out there because I feel like some of y'all in the comments are going to get on my ass. Damn, that's something bright as hell. This video is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be a gym vlog or anything. It's not going to be a vlog of, like, me doing anything in particular. We're actually going to go right now to go see the sunset. I was supposed to do that last video whenever I was going to the gym and everything, but I just wasn't able to do it because it was cloudy. But it's a very nice day. You know, spring is among us, and it's very nice outside. And so I felt that this was a perfect opportunity to go catch the sunset. But I was actually going to talk about my experience with God. Now, I will say this. I've always been nervous to talk about stuff like this. I'm supposed to go left. I know that not everybody has a belief in God or believes that there is a higher entity, if you will, that watches over us, you know, planned out our entire life and everything. But, you know, I just wanted to share my journey that I've had in terms of growing my faith and really, you know, just strengthening my bond. My fault, I have Invisalign in my mouth, but really just strengthening my bond with God, man. And I also want to share my testimony with y'all. While watching the sunset, I feel like that's very, I don't want to say climactic. I don't know if that's the right word to say. But yeah, so if you guys like the video, go ahead and like, subscribe, so you guys can get notified whenever I drop a video every single Sunday. But I love and appreciate all 121 of y'all that have subscribed to my channel so far. Without y'all, I wouldn't be able to be doing this stuff. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. I want to say this, like, look how beautiful this looks, man. Like, I don't like San Antonio, but, like, it's not bad when it comes to, like, the sunsets and stuff. All right, but the spot we're about to go to, just to be vulnerable, I kind of found this whenever I was at my lowest point, and one of my friends had actually recommended that I go to the Japanese tea garden here in San Antonio, and I did. But there's this pathway that just kept going up, and it kind of curved a little bit, kept following it, and then eventually we got to where I'm about to show you right now, and it's a very peaceful spot, not gonna lie. But no, man, this is a very nice, peaceful space for me to be in. I would highly recommend anyone out there that's going through, just literally going through anything, going through life, and they just need kind of a moment to breathe. Definitely find a spot that just allows you to be at peace with yourself, allows you to ground yourself too, and just allows you to be in your own space so you can feel whatever you need to feel, for sure. We just got to the spot. Let me show y'all. This is a spot, like, sun's already looking pretty good. There's the skyline over there, but I'm gonna find a place to put this camera. All right, y'all, so I wanted to take this as a moment for me to share my journey with God and my relationship with Him, and just kind of give you a little bit about my life, but not too much. But let's say, growing up, I did not have a dad. I didn't have a father figure. You know, I was raised by a single mother. I held a lot of resentment for my dad. You know, I was angry for a very long time because I just couldn't understand why he did not want to be a part of my life a lot more than he was. You know what I mean? Because he kind of just went MIA for a little bit. Never really understood why. So yeah, that anger, I held on to it for a very long time, and it caused a strain in my mother and I's relationship, and I didn't like who I was. I'm gonna be honest. And, you know, growing up, my mom would always pull me by the ear to go to church and everything. So I didn't really have my own relationship, my own bond with God. You know, it was just kind of like on her time, you know what I mean? And no diss to my mom. I love my mom. Just want to put that out there. But it was just difficult for me to kind of believe that God was real, or that there was a God, or even, instill some sort of faith in one. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward to when I was about, let's say 21. I think it's when I turned 20 or 21. My mom, when my family and I moved down here, San Antonio, we did not have a church. We couldn't find a church that we felt comfortable in. By the time I turned, let's just say 2021, my mom had found a church. His name is Pastor Keion Henderson. He has a church down in Houston, the Lighthouse Church, and he live streams on YouTube all the time. I'm actually going to drop a link down there in the bio so that way you can catch him tomorrow if you guys are interested. But I started watching him, and I felt comfortable and I felt safe. And although I wasn't actually able to be inside of the church, just hearing the way he spoke in a sermon that I was able to tune into for the first time, he spoke to me. And that's when I decided that I wanted to kind of establish myself and create a bond with Jesus Christ. So afterwards, I would say like later in the year, probably in the summer, he had a retreat. It was a cry out for men that he was hosting in Houston, and I was able to go on that retreat, drive to Houston, and I was actually in the church for the first time, and that feeling that I had was different. You know what I mean? I felt comfortable, but I also felt safe. I felt warm, and I can confidently say that I felt I felt the presence of like angels and God, of just everything in that room, the Holy Spirit. You know what I mean? I felt all that in the room, and it was crazy for the simple fact there was a lot of other black men that were there that also did not grow up with fathers and didn't have father figures growing up, and also were raised by single mothers. And I cried. I'm not gonna lie, I cried. And ooh, yeah, ambulance. I'm not gonna lie, like I cried. I cried, and for the first time in my life ever, I decided to walk up to the altar and give myself to Christ. And that feeling that I felt, I'll never forget. I just felt super light, and I felt him around me. I felt his presence next to me. I felt him hugging me. I've heard him talking to me and letting me know that everything's gonna be okay from here on out. And so now I'm 23, and even though my habits are not the best, I will say that my habits are not the best. There's a lot of stuff that I'm trying to fix about myself and trying to be a better person. But I also know that takes time, because I've also talked to friends of mine about God and try to get some more insight on how I can just strengthen my relationship with him. And here I am now. I feel any moment where I feel stressed, any moment where I have social anxiety, because I have social anxiety like really bad, when I just bow my head down and I pray to him, or I just ask him for his grace, I just feel like it's a lot easier for me to go through life, if that makes sense. And I don't know if any of y'all out there have had this, like a similar experience where like you didn't believe in God, but then there was a moment where he showed you that why you should believe that there is one, or believe in him, or have faith in him. But I had a lot of those pop up, you know what I mean? Woo. And I could say too, I was lost for a period of time. There's a moment where I didn't know who I was, and I lost a lot of people, I lost a lot of friends, lost a lot of trust, and I made a lot of mistakes. But now I've acknowledged those mistakes, and I love the person who I am now versus the person that I used to be. And I owe it to him. I really do owe it to him. And I would highly encourage y'all, if y'all are interested or even have, some sort of feeling of emptiness and you kind of gravitate towards wanting to learn more about God, I highly recommend doing it. Ask your friends for help. Some, not even help. Ask your friends for guidance for sure, in terms of like the places to go to look. But I would highly encourage y'all, like, just find and develop that relationship by yourself, man. Because once you do, you just feel so much lighter. Life is a lot more beautiful, and you get to enjoy a lot more things. And I actually want to show you all the sunset right now. So this is the sunset, very beautiful. And then downtown San Antonio, but this is my spot. This is where I like to go to just be in the moment. And that's something I didn't do a lot. I was not in the moment. I was always stressing about my future. I was always stressing about other people's futures just because I was seeing how they were moving and how they were progressing, and I felt like I was stuck. I felt like I wasn't going anywhere. But once I realized that everyone's on their own timing and God has everything on his timing, I was able to just be comfortable and love myself. I feel like that's a very crucial part in loving yourself, is developing a relationship with God. I'm not going to say I'm a preacher because I'm definitely, I'm not going to say I'm a preacher because I'm definitely not. This is just from my experience. And yeah, it's a beautiful feeling. It's a very beautiful feeling. Life is a very beautiful place, and I feel like we've kind of, as a society, strayed away from just appreciating the moment, the present moment at least, and being present with nature for real, bro. Nature is how do I say it? It's very relaxing, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, to hear the trees move, see the plants move, feel the wind, see the sun, look at the clouds, and just see everything around you. I mean, ooh, there's a mosquito right there. It's different. It really is different to kind of see life for what it is. We get so caught up in work, school, or just anything that kind of occupies our life, and we don't really allow ourselves to have a moment of peace. Peace is something that you have to maintain. It's nothing that just comes and it stays. You definitely have to maintain your peace, because if you allow like little things in your life to take over that peace, you lose it. Just in all honesty, you lose it. And that's what God did for me. That's what I wanted to share with y'all. But if y'all have any more insight or want me to share more of my story or like videos like this, definitely leave a comment down below. But I just wanted to share my experience with y'all today and show y'all the sunset, because the sunset is really nice out here. It's really nice. San Antonio is a very beautiful place. But until next time, y'all, you know the motto: stay true to yourself, stay true to other people that you love, stay guapo, and most importantly, stay blessed, and thank y'all for supporting me on this journey of content creation, because I'm not gonna lie, content creation content creation is very stressful. I will say that. I will put it out there, just constantly wanting to, I just have this drive to just always put stuff out there, and I couldn't be more thankful for the community that I have now, and I know it's only going to grow from here. It's only going to go up from here, but yeah, hope you all have a great rest of your week. Be kind, always be kind, and I'll catch y'all next time. Love ya.